AITA for buying a house $280,000 under market price that's haunted without telling my wife? First off, let me say, I'm a skeptic. I don't believe in ghosts, spirits, or any of that supernatural stuff that doesn't have solid evidence behind it. It just doesn't make sense to me. So when my realtor found this house listed $280,000 under market value, I thought it was like winning the lottery. Where we live, that's practically unheard of, especially with how insane real estate prices have been lately. Here's the catch: the house is supposedly haunted. It's listed on some of those haunted house websites, and apparently, people have claimed some weird stuff went down there over the years. Ghost sightings, strange noises, the typical haunted house drama. Personally, I don't buy into it. I figured, people love to make stories more interesting than they really are, and there's never any real proof. The house itself is fantastic: big yard, nice neighborhood, close to great schools and parks. It was honestly perfect for us and our kids on paper. I made the decision to buy the house, thinking I'd struck gold. Financially, it was too good a deal to pass up, and even if we decided to sell down the line, we'd make a killing since it's so far under value. But here's where I messed up. I didn't tell my wife. Now, before you go thinking I'm a complete idiot, let me explain. I knew she wouldn't be thrilled. Ever since we met, she's been telling me stories about seeing ghosts, feeling presences, and how she grew up in a house where her grandma passed away and supposedly haunted the place. She's always had a strong belief in this kind of stuff, and I respect that, but at the same time, I knew she would never agree to this if I told her up front. So, I decided to just go ahead and do it on my own, using part of our savings. To be fair, we had already agreed we'd use our savings when the right house came along. It's just that I didn't exactly run this specific one by her first. I told her after the deal was done. I figured she'd come around once she saw the house and how good of a deal it was. Yeah, not so much. When I finally broke the news, she was pissed. Like, really pissed. At first, she was upset that I made such a big decision without her input, which I get. I screwed up there. But then, when I told her about the haunted rumors, that's when she started spiraling. She's been anxious ever since and doesn't want to set foot in the house. Even though I've been showing her all the facts, there's no actual evidence of anything weird happening, just a bunch of rumors and hearsay. What made everything worse is that she went and talked to some of the neighbors in the area, and guess what? They all said the same thing: yep, it's haunted. Apparently, it's some kind of local legend, and now she's even more freaked out. She's convinced it's a bad idea to move in, and she's really worried about what might happen to our kids in a haunted house. She doesn't even want to unpack our stuff now. She's mad at me for not talking to her first and making this decision behind her back, and she feels like I completely ignored her beliefs. I get why she's upset, but from my perspective, it's just a house with some made-up stories attached to it, and I was thinking about the financial side of things. I didn't think it would blow up like this. So now we're at a standstill. She's mad, anxious, and doesn't want to live there, and I feel like I've made a smart financial move that could secure our family's future. I'm not planning to move out of it anytime soon, but if we ever do, we'd definitely make a profit, and I just can't understand why she's letting some ghost stories mess with what could be the best decision for us financially. AITA for buying the house without telling her and ignoring the whole haunted thing?